What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody, check it out. This might be a shock to your system, all right? It might be a shock to you. You might be surprised by this, but Disney actually did something right for a change, and they put out a major hit with Inside Out 2. We've been talking about it for a couple of weeks now, and now it's hitting $1 billion at the global box office. And hey, you got to take your hats off to them. When Disney does something wrong, we call them out for it. We call them to the carpet. We tell them, hey, you're bullshitting. You got to knock this crap off. But when they do something right, okay, got to give it up to them, okay? Inside Out 2, not woke. All right, not full of identity politics, none of that bullshit going on in there. It's just a movie for children and for families, and they got the job done. As you can see right here on this headline by Deadline, Inside Out 2, Out of This World. Sequel crosses $1 billion at the global box office. Fastest animated movie ever to milestone. Yeah, so look, this is what we want out of you, Disney. Are you paying attention? This is what we want out of you, all right? And look, the crowds reacted. You made a movie, you didn't put a lot of politics, you didn't put a lot of LGBTQ, you didn't have a lot of woke nonsense in there, and the audiences rewarded you. Keep it up. Do it again if you can, all right? Do it again. And another thing that Disney did, which probably is going under the radar a little bit, is this one right here. You'll notice it says here, Disney will leave Inside Out 2 in theaters for 100 days before going to streaming. Yeah, we've been talking about how all of these studios are pushing their content fast as they can possibly push it to streaming. Remember, Fall Guy was in theaters literally 22 days before they came and said, all right, let's go ahead and push this out on streaming. It was only in theaters 22 days. And so you're essentially training your audience to wait for streaming when you do that. It's like, oh man, this thing ain't going to be in the theaters but 3 weeks. I can wait 3 weeks, okay? But you got 100 days to wait. That's different. That's 3 months and change. So it's like, you know what? The kids really been bugging us to go and check out Inside Out 2. This thing is going to be in theaters for 100 days. And, you know, we all liked the first one. There's probably a little bit of interest when they first heard Inside Out 2 was coming. There's some interest. Hey, maybe we should check this out in theaters. But they probably already started looking, how soon is it going to hit streaming, though? And then when you start searching, it's like, oh, shit, it's going to be in theaters for 100 days? Yeah, we better go ahead and check it out in theaters. Smart move, Disney. Now, let's see if other people in Hollywood will pick up on this. You got to have some sort of a theatrical run, all right? It's got to run for a decent period of time in theaters, and then people will go to the theaters. But if you're saying, we only going to have like a 60-day window, people can wait a couple of months. That's not a big deal. And so, yeah, here we go. The numbers for Inside Out 2 currently sitting at $1 billion on the worldwide box office. And it makes sense. Again, you combine a movie that's not woke. There's not a lot of politics. There's no LGBTQ stuff shoved into a kid's movie. No, we're not doing that. And on top of that, we have a smart use of the release window for theaters. Hey, boom, $1 billion right off the bat. Amazing. Disney, you should be able to do this with all of your properties. I've gone over this before. Disney owns the biggest IPs on the planet. There's no reason in the world that they can't have multiple billion-dollar hits every single year. You got Marvel, you got Star Wars, you got Pixar. All right, you got Disney princesses. I mean, they got all of these giant franchises. So when Disney drops the ball and then they hear it from us, the fans, and we start saying, yo, man, you are destroying not only franchises that we care about, but you're just bleeding money. Like, you can't even turn these great, amazing franchises into easy money. You guys are just bleeding money. We talked about how they're pumping all kinds of money into Captain America Brave New World. That thing's going to be a box office disaster, all right? I don't care how long they leave that in the theaters. They don't have, it just makes no sense what they're doing with that thing. But nevertheless, they did it with Inside Out 2, so credit where credit is due. Now the question is, going forward, can this be the roadmap, so to speak? Can this be the template for Disney, the blueprint to figure out, okay, let's make a movie that's not woke, all right? Can we do that? And first and foremost, can we do that? And then can we smartly use the release window to make a movie that's not woke in a big franchise that, hey, man, we're going to leave this thing in the theaters for 100 days. If you want to go and see it, you better go right now and then turn that into pocket change. Damn, I should be running Disney right now, man. It's too easy to do this shit. But yeah, let's take a look at something. So what we have here is the upcoming release schedule for Disney films coming within the next year, okay? All the way up until Fantastic Four in July of next year. So which of these films are going to hit $1 billion? That's the question at hand. Do we have any more billion-dollar hits in here for Disney? Deadpool and Wolverine has a good chance. Right now, I think it's sitting at a solid opening weekend, a bigger opening weekend than Inside Out, just based on ticket pre-sales. It's already bigger than Inside Out. However, it's going to need a whole lot more money in the following weekends, obviously. I don't think a lot of parents and kids are going to be coming to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. It's a rated R movie, folks, all right? And rated R movies, it's a struggle to get them things over the $1 billion threshold. So it's got a chance, though. I'm not saying that it don't have a chance. It's probably got the best chance out of any of these other films right here, but Deadpool and Wolverine is going to be close. Alien Romulus, look, we're talking about a franchise that's been struggling as of late. I like Fede Alvarez. I think this is going to be a good movie. I'm looking forward to it. However, a Billy, no chance. All right, here's Moana 2, last second kind of shift of the strategy over there at Disney, and they're throwing this out there for the November Thanksgiving holiday. Is it going to make its money? I mean, again, it really depends on how good the movie is. Is there any politics? Is there any of that nonsense in there? We'll see. But it's going to be word of mouth. It's going to be word of mouth for this movie as well as Mufasa the Lion King. You know, and I don't think Mufasa the Lion King is going to do well at all. Although I do give it an opportunity just simply because, hey, it's Christmas time and people are like, hey, what's in theaters? All right, let's go see Mufasa. And if there's good word of mouth that people are saying positive things about it, despite the fact that it got review bombed into oblivion on the trailer, you know, if they do some, corrections and they get this thing looking good on the next trailer that comes out and they make it seem like it's going to be an event type of a film, it might have an opportunity. This is going to be 1000% a box office disaster. All right. They've spent $375 million, damn near $400 million, and they're probably not even done. And on top of that, they ain't even got to marketing yet. Even if it did $1 billion, which it would probably need to do just to break even if it did that, it's still not going to make any money. But yeah, I don't think this film has any chance whatsoever of even coming close to that. The Marvel Cinematic Universe, this really isn't a Marvel Cinematic Universe film, so to speak. This is more of a Fox Universe thing, and it's coming into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But this, oh, no. This is all the way around a Marvel MCU film, and yeah, this is going to be a mess. Snow White, man. Do we even need to ask, okay? They have to do so much image rehab on Rachel Zegler in order to get this thing across the finish line. There is no chance in hell, in my opinion, that this thing does the numbers and gets to $1 billion. It might get to like maybe 500, 600, 700 million, somewhere in that range. But again, they got so much image repair to do before this thing comes out, and they're still shooting it. Right now, they're still shooting it. They already said that this budget was well above $330 million. You're talking about Disney just spending tons and tons and tons of money. They're not going to be getting $1 billion in return. Thunderbolts, I don't think this thing is going to hit $1 billion. Again, I don't think so. Leo, same with Leo. Now, Fantastic Four, it all depends on the run-up. It all depends on the run-up. Preceding this film will be James Gunn's Superman, so that'll get people in a nice superhero mood. If James Gunn's Superman is good, I think that actually might bleed over into the Fantastic Four, and you might get a solid crowd to come out and watch that. But with all of this being said, I think this is the key, okay? Make a great movie. Don't make it woke. Don't put any politics. Don't put any LGBTQ in a kid's film. And then give it a solid, nice, long theatrical release window. You can't go wrong. Listen to the DA and you can't go wrong, folks. That's how I look at it. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Again, we give credit where credit is due. I don't just rip Disney. I also say, okay, good job, because you know what? We actually want Disney to do the right thing. When they are holding on to so many big franchises, all we want to do is just enjoy entertainment. We don't want to sit up here and constantly rip on it. So good job, Disney, on getting Inside Out across the $1 billion threshold. Let's see if you can have that for some of these other films that's coming up next year. Figure it out. All right, because it would be nice to have some more good entertainment out there in theaters. But you guys let me know what y'all think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.